Well, hello everyone, thank you very much for having me here today. A special thank you to the WorldDAB team and its president, Jacqueline, for giving me the opportunity to present France's progress in promoting DAB+. I really want to thank Jean-Marc Dubreuil, who has done a gigantic work for a decade to start the promotion of DAB+ in our country. So it is quite a bold choice to give a Frenchman with a very strong French accent 12 minutes to talk about DAB+. But I will do my best to reach this clear audio that we promise to everyone. My name is Maëlo Seuret, and I represent the French association Ensemble pour le DAB+, which gather all radio broadcasters in France to promote this technology. Our president, Charles-Emmanuel Bon, has just told you how strongly Radio France believes in DAB+ future, and it's the same for all of our members. And you can actually see it in today's audience. This is one of the largest French delegations ever to attend the WorldDAB Summit. That says a lot about the growth of this technology in our country, and we went from a 50% population coverage in 2023 to a projected 80% now. With this population coverage and the investment that came with it, DAB+ needed to be promoted in our country. And 2025 has truly been a big year for communication around DAB+ in France. As you can see on the screen, our association announced 4 major moments for DAB+ in France in 2025, and we delivered every single one of them. We started the year with a campaign in February, followed by others in May, August, and the one that we are right in the middle of, November. But since the second one, each wave has focused on one specific use of DAB+ at home or in the car. We learned by working that if you deliver a too generic message with something this technical, you will not get people attention. So we really try to address directly people issues and practical questions about this technology. We also use those ads to tell people they should not care what DAB+ means. I don't know if it's the same in your country, but in France, when you talk about DAB+, the first question is, what does it mean? And you should not care about it. That's what we think. Because you don't know what ABS means, you don't know what GPS stands for, and you don't care. You just want the brakes to work, and when you're told to turn left, get closer to a destination. And it really should be the same with DAB+. As long as the sound is great, the use is simple, and you benefit from it, DAB+ should not be important for you to know what it means, sorry. We also wanted to build a real identity around DAB+ in France. We have an incredible theme song. A memorizing jingle. And one ambitious tagline, which is DAB+, 3 letters for radio revolution, because in France, who doesn't love a good revolution? We also produced, for the very first time, a social media campaign gathering more than 17 radio hosts for public, private, and community stations. Here is an extract.
DAB+.
Le DAB+.
Le DAB+. Le DAB+, tu connais pas?
Le DAB+, c'est la transformation numérique de la radio.
Cette évolution vous offre un son de qualité numérique pur et intense. Avec le DAB+, la radio reste gratuite, accessible partout et sans abonnement, 4G, Wi-Fi ou 5G.
Et puis le signe plus du DAB+, c'est aussi l'occasion d'avoir plus de radio, plus de son et plus d'émissions.
Plus d'infos sur ensemble pour le DAB+.fr.
DAB+.
Well, so we are very happy that we made this happen because it shows that radio broadcasters in France were able to unify for what matters the most, the radio future. We also had 4 big radio communication this year, and as you can see, all radio groups massively broadcasted it, allowing them to keep getting bigger and bigger. Each one reached around 32 to 35 million persons, so almost half of France's population at every campaign. And this, we think, quite huge for us. And this summer, we added a TV campaign to it, and you will now see it on screen.
Transformez vos trajets avec le DAB+. Le DAB+, c'est le nouveau mode de diffusion de vos radios préférées. Le DAB+, permet de bénéficier d'un son clair et continu et vous offre un choix encore plus grand de stations disponibles. Sans changer de fréquence, gratuitement et sans Internet. Bref, le DAB+, c'est 3 lettres pour une révolution de la radio. DAB+.
So yes, we really use our 3 letters for Radio Revolution. And for those of you that couldn't read the subtitles and didn't want to learn French just for ads, which I get, this TV campaign highlighted all of the biggest DAB+ benefits in cars, continuous reception, clearer sound, and more choice of radio. This TV campaign was really important for us because we believe that through this ad, we are not just promoting DAB+, we're promoting radio as a whole. And when you take DAB+ out of radio stations, you really get to promote all the radio and radio itself. Finally, as I mentioned earlier, we had one last campaign that we are now in the middle of, and it focuses on 2 simple messages. DAB+ is easy to use, and it makes a perfect gift for Christmas. So we know that making it a Christmas habit will be difficult, but as Maria Carey once did, it showed us that if you want to become a holiday tradition, you got to force your destiny. And that's all we want for Christmas. As we learned from the survey that we were able to do this year, the simplicity of DAB+ use is the second most appreciated DAB+ advantage in France for those who are equipped. And now that I've finished my chronological presentation of our campaign, I want to show you very interesting graphics. On the left, we ask people that already have DAB+ what they like about it. And on the right side, we ask people that don't have DAB+ now, what is the most important thing for them, and what could make them buy DAB+ radios. And the good thing is that the 3 biggest advantages are the same for both. They are a better quality sound, continuity in car, and capacity to use DAB+ without internet. And so all of our campaigns are really focused on these 3 big advantages and, as I said, simplicity of use. So altogether, we had more than 850 million impressions for all of our campaign in 2025. It is quite huge for us since it's the first year that we do any communication around DAB+. And exclusively today, we can share with you the first results from a survey that we were able to do with the ARCOM and Ministry of Culture. According to this year's survey, more than 7 million people remember hearing about DAB+ this year in France. And so 7 million people, when it's the first time that you campaign about something and that you promote DAB+, we think that it's a big, big number, and we know that it will increase each year. So we are quite happy about it. But even though radio can do a lot together, we can't do everything alone. That's why our association launched in December an event to gather all of the radio ecosystem, obviously radio broadcasters, but also car retailers, car constructors, and public institutions. It's something that Germany has done for a very long time now, and it was time for France to do the same. And beyond presenting our 2025 plan, it allowed us to start communication and create relations with retailers and car manufacturers, and we are now developing specific partnerships for 2026. We also set up a monitoring group with the ARCOM and Ministry of Culture to track DAB+ deployment, awareness, and use. And so I really want to thank Hervé Gaucho and Romain Lalex, former and current ARCOM board members for radio, François-Xavier Maëlo, and the Ministry of Culture for their gigantic support. You might also have seen that in France, the French deputy of the Culture Commission proposed the creation of a 600,000 public fund for DAB+ promotion. We don't know if it will make it to the final cut, but it already shows that parliamentarians in France believe in DAB+, and it's important for common good. So as you have seen, public institutions have very strong, proactive allies for DAB+ in our country. Obviously, we want them to give us more money, but it's something that we will work on. But we will not be as robust today without their support. And we really need them to face the challenges that radio will encounter in the coming years. We've all seen that some car manufacturers now in Europe have chosen to remove broadcast audio from their new model, and even big car manufacturer. That's a very dangerous path for radio and for the driver's safety and their access to vital information. And so we think that without mandatory broadcast in all radios, promoting DAB+ will become useless. We need to act together to make everyone remember how important a broadcast radio system is and how important it is for society resilience and population access to free information. But we are very optimistic about the future, because if there is one thing that we learn from our experience at WorldDAB is that collaboration works. And in France, we believe that revolutions are collective, and the DAB+1 will be no exception. Thank you.